My friends, welcome to today's episode. With popular demand, 3 key Kingdom Arena White Lily comps for you here today. Super excited about this because many of you have been asking. We got the #1 White Lily comp along with 2 other ones here for you to get through Kingdom Arena New Frontier Season 1 and leverage your White Lily cookies. Or if you don't have this one, be aware of what's going on. So with that, thank you for tuning in. As always, if you got a question, if you got a comment throughout, certainly ask, and feel free to join us in our active Discord community. We've got a great one there as well. And lastly, those timestamps are available to you down below, where we will break down 3 teams. One, the #1 comp, which is focused on attack. We're going to give you a defensive team and a healing team that's going to last some time in the arena. So let's go ahead and break it down for you here today. So first and foremost, when it comes to what is the #1 comp team right now, we can check it out in rankings. Here you can see Blood Milk Tea running the full thing as it has been revealed to us right here. Most of the top 10 players are playing this comp. Crimson Coral, Golden Cheese, White Lily, Frost Queen, and Snapdragon. Now, for me as a free-to-play player, my cookies are not going to be at 3.4 million power there. And additionally, on top of that, this ascended or that leveled up. Now, one cool thing that can happen now is your Frost Queen can certainly make it over 1 million power. So just something to be aware of how powerful this team exactly can be here for you today. So when we look at my team, we got White Lily Cookie right there. No, I'm just kidding. Let's go ahead and break this team down. So first and foremost, this is the #1 comp team. The other advantage that we have here now with the Beast Yeast update is certainly the biscuits. Yes, I love it. And as always, we got topping guides and biscuit guides here for you on the channel. I highly recommend that you check that out. Obviously, the other piece here too is my crystal jam. I haven't been focused on Frost Queen on this particular run. You want to get that up as well and take advantage of those crystal jams. So I wanted to call those pieces all out here before we get started. I am at 2 million power though, which is pretty good. I'm still about 1.5 million away from that top 10 player. However, this is the comp that you're going to be on. It is heavily biased and focused towards just absolute nuke damage. It is bonkers. It goes so fast, hits so hard, it just wipes the board. It's also an amazing counter to creme brulee. If you're running into that and running into some problems, you can just pretty much wipe the board very quickly, and your opponents are not going to be able to do much with it, to be honest. So a couple things here. These are the main players here: Crimson Coral, White Lily, Golden Cheese, Frost Queen, and Snap for that boost, the healing, the buffs, all that fun stuff. And then additionally here, your 3 main hitters, and then Crimson Coral, just that great upfront defensive cookie just to kind of block anything coming in early in the match, and then give that additional boost for your attackers as well. So a couple things about this. Again, we're heavily biased and focused towards attack. So our treasures are going to be Old Pilgrim Scroll, Whistle, and Squishy Jelly Watch. Now, a couple things that you can consider. Certainly, if your Sleepyhead Jelly Watch is better, I would recommend this one instead for you. So those are a couple things. If you want to go with crit, you could try that as well. But again, it's really focused on that nuke damage. A couple additional ones that if you need them, you could always try Valor Raging Dunes. You could try the speed here as well. Or if you wanted to, and we're a little bit worried about your team getting wiped in a mirror or something like that, you can certainly throw on Insignia of the Abominable Knights for that additional invincibility to take down your opponent, because we do run into that still once in a while in PvP. So a couple good ideas for you on the treasures. And then when it comes to toppings here, my friends, again, like I said, we have all the guides here for you. You want to be focused on Resonant. Resonant is a great way to boost all those key stats. We also get to take advantage of our biscuits here as well. So it's why we see these massive power level cookies now, because that combo is just huge for you. So here we want to be on Solid Almond. Here you want to be on attack. So make sure that you're on attack. You're going to be on Resonant as well here. White Lily is also on attack, my friends. So you can check out our guide. I'll make sure that's available to you down below, and how to get White Lily as a free-to-play player, and some tips and tricks. And then here on Frost Queen, we're actually going to go on attack as well. Here you can go Resonant, so don't forget that. I don't have the Resonant on here, but make sure you do that. And then also on cooldown for Snapdragon. So that is where you want to be on. And then let's go ahead and look at our biscuits, because these are very important. So here we have a really nice legendary already. I recommend where it makes sense, you can level these things up. See, look at that. We'll go up here. We can do it. We'll leave it there. Very important there. Here again, we're on attack. This one I do have a little bit leveled up. Certainly you can wait for your legendary. Again, the more you have here, it's going to be better for you. Focus on attack, and then damage resist bypass. Similar on all the cookies, that's what you really want to be focused on here for the biscuits. And then when it comes to White Lily, we do have our damage resist bypass. Like I said, I'm fortunate to have a number of legendaries here already. This one just more fitting, and then certainly leveled up, as you can see there, which is going to be huge for my White Lily. And then here, Frost Queen, similar. So right now we have crit and amplify buff. We could go damage resist bypass on this one instead. So let's go ahead and equip this one. Yep, because that one's just slightly better than what we had. So it's always good to go through these things. And again, attack and damage resist bypass. That's what you want to be on. And then when we go to our next one here, again, Snapdragon, we just want cooldown. We could switch this one on here, but that's kind of a waste of this. I would definitely at least, you can go with a lower level one here, and then just make sure you got that cooldown max. That's really all you need to do. And then you don't have to waste a legendary there. So that's another key tip and trick specifically to Snapdragon here. So that, my friends, is your full-blown attack team. All the things that you can think about for making this nuker team. It's wild. Let's go ahead and play it right here. We'll find a little bit higher powered one. We'll go with this one. We'll run through it. And unfortunately, for some reason off this one, I don't know why, but my auto attack is off. So I got to look at that. If you've got any problems with that, let me know. Or any tips or tricks, let me know in the comments. Look at that. Just like that, my friends. That is all she wrote. This thing hits so hard. That is right. And on top of that, if you've watched my other episode, I've blown through Master 5 all the way here to Elite 5 in like less than 10 minutes with that auto. You can check it out. So that's a fun one. Let's go ahead. We'll do one more here. Here we go. You can just see how much damage this thing puts out. This team can certainly get me to Elite. I'm not worried about it. I want to get that auto back so I can just click. Watch this. Just absolutely, positively bonkers there. Even taking down Fettuccini that fast. Fettuccini couldn't even out heal, which is absolutely crazy. So now that you've seen this incredible nuke team and the full-blown attack team, it's time for us to go into our next one here. So the next one is predicated more on a defensive play. So this one is more about a little bit more survivability. We're still got two great attackers here with White Lily as well as Golden Cheese. And then additionally, we got Financier Cookie here and taking advantage of the Magic Candy and Fettuccini for a little bit more upfront survivability. And then Snapdragon here on the healing. We're still focused on damage and attack. So here we're running Old Pilgrim Scroll still, Dream Conductor's Whistle, and Squishy Jilly Watch. All those swaps that I talked about before. If you want, you can go crit. You could go a little bit more defensive actually on this one with Disciples Magic Scroll. That wouldn't be a bad swap. Survivability again, like we said with Insignia. Sleepyhead's Jelly Watch, the better swap. Vial is great here as well, as some other ideas for you in terms of the treasures. Now, again, on toppings, we have the topping guides here. We recommend Resonant. We'll talk about the biscuit ones here in a second. So damage resist here in Fettuccini. Sometimes you may run into Fettuccinis that have really high substats on the defense or damage resist, and they're actually on cooldown to keep that heal going as fast as possible. And then similar here to Financier Cookie, you're going to be on damage resist. So again, split in the front with that double defense play. Attack here with Golden Cheese, same thing with White Lily, and then Snapdragon. And then going back into our biscuits here, again, we're doing very well. We could swap this one. You want that damage resist in here, defense, HP, those kinds of things. Here we got amplify buff, damage resist bypass. This one's attack. We could play with those a little bit better. Would be a little bit better of a swap because we're going to get 0.5% more, but we can certainly level things up, and we could always move and update these. We're going to leave it for now though, and stick with what we have. Just some ideas. taking advantage of those things. Again, we've done golden cheese, we've done white lily, we've talked about snap. Again, fettuccine here, that's gonna be very important. We got damage resist. You want to stay on that damage resist defense or that cooldown that we talked about to get that right blend and balance there for you in terms of what you need to do here. So now we're gonna go ahead and run a attack with this one. Now we're at 1.8, so we dropped about 400,000, but this thing should give us a little bit more survivability. So we're going to play against this. You'll notice that we're not going to take these teams down as fast as we did with our pure nuker one. But again, this is what you're going to see here. Still very, very good damage. Regardless, this team had a little bit less of a power level than the other one. Let's go ahead and try and take down this last one, and then we'll get a reset here as we move up to Master 4, my friends. All right, here we go into this one. Let's go ahead. All right, little less in terms of what we're going after here in their power level, but that's fine. Look at that, fettuccine just hits pretty hard there actually, so we're okay with that.
Have I kept my friends safe?
All right, here we go. All right, so a little bit tougher one. We'll pick a little bit harder team here. This one's a little bit higher in terms of power, and again, closer to your typical like pure attack one. This used to be one of the key ones in terms of what we're running into in attack and everything else. All right, here you go. Now you can see this battle. This is a little bit more in terms of what we get hit with, and again, a lot more survivability, a little bit better coverage and healing from what we have here with Financier and Fettuccini. Our opponent still's got their last two, and we took them both out. So that, my friends, is the defense lineup. So now we've talked about the attack, we've talked about the defense. That leaves us with our third and final team, which is more oriented around healing. So we want to give you three different styles of play depending on what you're running into. I definitely biased towards that attack one, but if you don't have all those cookies, this gives you some other ideas to definitely leverage and utilize White Lily. The other nice thing about this is White Lily is supported by all epic cookies, and Snapdragon's an easy free one for you to get by hatching the egg, so you can check that episode out here on our channel. However, this is what we are focused on. Now again, a couple things that you can do differently here. It's more about surviving, healing, keeping White Lily alive, and dealing that nuke damage through that. Obviously we get some decent hits here from Fettuccini, as you can see from my team, but again, we're still predicated on attack. We got the whistle, the jelly watch, and old pilgrim scroll. A couple things that you can do here though. Again, Domino's will, like we talked about, swap this one in. More survivability with Disciples magic scroll there, so don't forget that. I'm going to throw it there actually instead, and then we have vial and so forth if you need it, but these three will do very, very well. And again, if you want to go a little bit more on that survivability, there's other things in here that you could throw in, like the defense one as well, and then that's really, really going to help you with your team from that perspective. And again, this one's more about longevity. The first one's burst, the other one's kind of a middle ranged team, and then this one's more about long game, surviving, those kinds of things, kind of like creme brulee as an example. Now again, in terms of our toppings, we got all those guides here for you on the channel, and on top of that the resonant, but we're going to be on defensive here, we're on attack here. The main newcomer here is parfait. You're on cooldown, you want to keep those heals going, and then Snapdragon. And then when we get into our biscuits, we've seen the rest already. On creme brulee here, again, a couple of key things. We certainly can move over here and put the legendary hearty biscuit on. We're going to do that for today's episode. Let's go ahead and do that. You're not going to want crit percent. You're going to want cooldown on this one specifically. So certainly, again, you can go reset, and to do that, this is a prime example that we're on attack. We don't need attack. Attack's really nice, but not here. We can keep doing this. Defense is okay. We'll stay on the defense for now because I don't want to bore you too much with the reset. But those are a couple things that you can think about. And again, really on these ones here, you're going to want defense, damage resist, and cooldown in terms of your plays here on the heal strategy team. So those are all the toppings, the treasures, the team, and the tactics for this one. Now we are at 1.4 million. This one could be a little bit harder, but let's go ahead and take on this team right here. They're a little bit more damage oriented than us. This is going to be a good match for this one in terms of how we want to think about leveraging this particular team. So as you can see, a little bit harder here for what we have, but we were able to get in and take some out and really taking advantage of White Lily there. And down to the last one. And lots of great survivability here with the team, lots of healing. As you can see, the match takes a little bit longer. We're gonna go ahead and do one more run here with this one. We'll see if we can find a little bit tougher team. All right, so 1.6, this is the creme brulee team. This one might not be bad, and we got the 1.8. This one's a little bit more of a damage dealer. I think a good lineup here is gonna be this one, so let's do it. Because this one, creme brulee gets so much better. And on top of that, he's going to have tons and tons of defense here, and they're at 13,000. So most likely, we'll see if we can overcome this. It can be a little bit more of a challenge. We got to keep our stuff alive here. So he's focused right now on White Lily. We may not be able to keep White Lily alive. We'll see. We're going to get a big hit in here. Not quite enough, though, and now we've lost Parfait. Oh, and then Creme came out of it. So this lineup and this matchup, you're certainly going to want to go a little bit differently here. You're going to want to be on the nuker team. That's how you're going to beat that one. All right, we'll close out with one more. We don't want to end on a loss, my friends. We'll pick on this one right here. There we go. Higher attack team. Again, we're more heal and defense and heal oriented, so we should be able to out-survive this initially out of the gate. Here's our big attack. Right there. Boom. There you have it. There you have it, my friends. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. There, we redeemed ourselves. I did want to show that because it's nice to take a look at some of the other meta teams. Not quite what we needed to take down the creme brulee team, again, because we did need more attack focused team and burst damage team, which is this one. So again, I hope you enjoyed today's episode as we walk through the best White Lily team. In terms of that nuker team, we gave you 2 other options, so 3 full teams here: attack, a defense, and a healing team, all different strategies in order for you to be successful in Kingdom Arena based off where you're at, based off your teams, and what you can do here in Kingdom Arena New Frontier Season 1. If you still have questions, if you still got comments, certainly let me know, because I love to hear from you as always. And come join us in our active Discord server and community. It's a fun one. We got a great time there all the time. And with that, thank you for tuning in today. I appreciate your support. Thank you for the likes and the subs as we grow this amazing community here. On top of that, as always, thank you so much to our members. It's a nice way to support the channel and some fun for you as well. And lastly, we do have affiliate links if you're looking for fan art, other things like that. Certainly feel free to use those and socials to stay connected. I appreciate that additional support and those connections because I love to see what you're posting and ats and all that fun stuff. With that, enjoy Kingdom Arena New Frontier Season 1 here. Thank you for all the comments. I wanted to get this out here for you in the community because many of you asked me about this, and here you have it today. Best of luck in Kingdom Arena. We'll see you out there. Keep on running, my friends.